Thank you, Dev, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to In a Nutshell, a debating session where you guys will be expressing your views and
Zareen,
sharing your viewpoint on some of the trending topics in
Zareen, there is a lag in your voice. Could you please rejoin?
Okay, I'll try.
Thank you.
Sorry for the interruption. Zareen will be joining shortly as she's facing some of the network issues.
Hello.
Now it's fine.
Okay, so let me start again. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to In a Nutshell, where you guys will be expressing your views and sharing some of your viewpoints on some of the most trending topics in IT field. I'm Zareen and I greet you all in today in this on this lovely Saturday evening. Now let me share with you all today's highlights of the evening. So, first of all, we will be choosing two teams, each of two people, and we will give some topic to debate on. Debating is when you argue on something for and against. And first of all, we will select you guys, and you will be two teams. And the order in which you'll be speaking, the first speaker from team 1 will be first person to speak, and then following him will be the first speaker from team 2, who will be the second, and likewise we will be going. I'll give you an instance too when we will actually do the debate, and after that you will have 3 minutes to decide on what to speak and 7 minutes for the overall debate. And in at the end of their debate, a team of judges will decide which team will be the winner, and the team having most convincing arguments will win. So now I'll ask Deep to share the link of Google form in which you'll fill in your details. So the people who are interested in joining this debate, please fill in your uh, names and be ready for the topics to be debated on.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Zareen. Now
Over
I
to you,
would be sharing the
Dev.
thank you, Zareen. Now I would be sharing the Google form link for the registration of the debate. So the people who are interested to participate in the debate are requested to fill the form, and I would be selecting four people for one topic, two for the motion and two against the motion. The people participating in for the motion need to join the uh, for the motion channel, and the people who are participating that I would be selecting against the motion would be joining the against the motion channel to discuss about the topic. So now I would be sharing the link and in the general section of chat. So you would be given a few minutes to fill up the form. So I am now sharing the, so now you guys can fill up the form. If anyone is facing any issue regarding the form, can tell us here only. We would be giving you time till 7:15. So everyone please try to fill up the form as soon as possible. Uh, the topic would be quite generic, not that too tech level. It would be not that too high. So if you participate, I think most of the person who are participating would be able to debate about that topics. It is a quite generic topic that we are sharing. So no need to worry about that you would be judged or not.
Yeah, it is actually
It's a
the
yeah.
college event,
It's more yeah.
even
It's
for
more like a
college
friendly
level,
session.
so you should not
Yeah, yeah.
hesitate
Treat this like a friendly session rather than making it a fish market.
and
So
try to express yourself or try to be like you. We are not here to judge you all, and like enjoy the overall process of the debate and take some best experiences and memories from this session.
so one more thing, try not to hurt anyone's sentiments or personal views. That's a humble request from my end. So a few minutes more.
Interested people, please uh, fill the form. Few minutes are there now.
A request that you must not.
Guys, it is highly appreciable like if all the participants participate actively in the event, like you will gain some kind of confidence and some some real life scenarios are taken into consideration as the topic, and that will eventually increase your communication skills and the ability to speak on random topics. So hence it is highly appreciable if you guys like take part actively. Thank you.
Guys, do register fast as we have a limited amount of time, so we need to
Mm.
start the event within
Also,
the time.
I'll request you. Also, I'll request the participants to turn on their mics so that we can see all the expressions and all the non-verbal communication, how you are you know approaching the debate on non-verbal level. So I'll request all the participants to turn on their camera as well.
The participants, there is no need to worry about the result. Just come forward and to participate in the event. If anyone has joined now, I would like to say that we have shared a Google form link in the chat section of general. So please register there to participate in the debate.
I guess the time is up. They
Then
stop
wait for a few
the
minutes. We
the
are having a less number of
responses.
responses.
Okay, okay.
And there should be no hesitation to participate. Like, we all are here to learn. Like, it's fine that you will miss some point. It's fine that you're not very much a professional about debating, but eventually we are all here to learn as a community. And I would appreciate if like all the participants would actively participate.
So let us begin with the event. So for now, we have four people who have registered the form. First one is Kaushik, second is Piyush, third is Shitish, and fourth is Pranjal. So the topic is technology making people dumb or smart? Am I clear to the participants? Uh,
Yeah,
so, uh, so I would
we are
request.
for the motion or against the motion.
Now I'm telling. Kaushik and Piyush would be speaking for the motion. Shitish and Pranjal will be speaking against the motion. So I would request. So am I clear with this?
Yes.
So I would
Also,
request. I would request Kaushik and Piyush to join the for the motion channel, and Shitish and Pranjal to join the against the motion channel to discuss about the topic.
and please, turn on their on your videos so that
Uh, while deb-
we
while
can
debating,
see.
please turn on your videos so we can mark on your expression. So I would request Kaushik and Piyush to join the for the motion channel and Kshitish and Pranjal to join the against the motion channel. So you would be given 3 minutes to discuss about the topic, and each group would be given 7 minutes to speak about the topic. So now you may proceed.
Also, let me again explain in the order you guys will be speaking. So first, uh, Piyush and Kaushik are for the motion uh, team, right? So first, if you both decide that Kaushik will speak first, so Kaushik will introduce all your team and the topic for your speaking. You are speaking for the motion, so you will introduce like that. And after
I
that,
think
when Kaushik is over, the
Zarin,
other team, the
I think
second team,
the
will.
members have joined the other channel.
Okay. They're not here.
Yeah. We would be explaining them when they rejoin the channel back.
Okay, okay.
Pranjal, I would request you to join the Against the Motion channel. I am seeing Kshitish alone at that channel. Pranjal, if you are hearing, please join the Against the Motion channel.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Please discuss. We would be giving you 2 to 3 minutes to discuss about the topic.
Till the time we can have random communication with other people in the meet.
Yeah, yeah.
So guys,
So,
any doubt or confusion regarding the debate? Any rules you want to like rehear or something like that?
if anyone is facing any kind of problem or issues regarding the debate, can ask us here. If you are facing any kind of insecurity in speaking in front of people, there is no need to fear because we are all here to learn. And I think nobody is judging you here, so you may come forward and participate this event. Yeah, we have judges for um, giving you advice, but not that kind of judging that we are having. We would be giving another 2 to 3 minutes for the participants to decide about what they want to speak and how they will be speaking.
Until the time the form is still open, like if you make your mind to participate, kindly fill the form.
Deep channel.
And also, like we will be providing you with the certificate and goodies, like the winners. So, guys, do participate.
Yeah, if you are participating for some incentive purpose, then here it is. We are also giving some kind of certification and accolade as well.
I think no one else should help them, right? Because there are four people in against channel.
Wait, Dave, Dave is looking over it. Let's see.
It's it's all depends like how you debate. It's fine that you like if you want to share kind of points, you can just jump into that group and make your points clear. If they are willing to accept those point, then it's absolutely fine.
Asked
Okay,
the,
cool, cool.
I have asked the member to rejoin the channel within 1 to 2 minutes. So let us wait for 1 to 2 minutes.
And the certification and goodies which I was talking about will be only given for the active participants, like those who are actively participating, like getting themselves registered for the next round.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let us wait for a few minutes to start with the event. And So am I audible to you all? So
Yes, you are
we
all.
have people for the motion Piyush and Kaushik, and against the motion Kshitish and Pranjal. So the topic is tech making people dumb or smart? So Zareen, I would like you to um, tell the rules and the flow one more time so they get clear with it. So please, Zareen.
Yes. So, suppose from team one, which is for the motion, Kaushik is speaking. So he is the first person to speak. After he is finished, the second team will speak. After that, a person from the second team will speak, and after that, the person from the first team will speak. It's alternative. I hope you are understanding how it works. It's alternative. First, team one, a person from team one will speak, then from team two, then again from team one, and then again from team two. So I hope you guys understood. If I'm clear, please, say yes or no. If I'm clear with the
Yeah,
rule.
yeah, it's clear.
Okay.
Uh,
So
yeah, it's clear, but
and
there is one doubt.
Piyush and
Suppose,
Kaushik, are you
yes,
clear?
yes,
someone raise a point,
Hello.
then in contrary we can raise against that. Means
No, no,
against
you,
that we can speak.
no, you cannot interrupt a person in between.
uh,
So,
see,
No, no. After he
yeah,
speaks, then contrary to what the statement he gave, that we can.
no, no, no.
yes,
What we
yes,
are, yeah,
obviously,
yeah, you,
Okay.
because
uh,
you are
it would
from
be,
against the team, right? So
Yes,
you
yes,
can speak, but let that person speak first, then
yes,
after
yes.
that
That
you will
was
speak. Okay.
okay, okay, okay. Got it.
so we will be going alternative. First, a person from for the motion, then a person from against the motion, then again a person from for the motion, and at last, a person from against the motion. This will be the flow of the event. All of you clear with this?
Okay, and you
Yeah.
will be given 3 minutes to think on those topics. So
I think
do
they have to,
discuss with your,
Zarin, I
do
think they have
discuss
been
with
given,
your partner.
they have already
What?
thought about their topic. We have given them enough time. So let us proceed with the event.
Okay, okay. You start the timer of 7 minutes
Yeah,
so
the
that
whole process,
the,
yeah, the whole process would be given 7 to 10 minutes. So do take
yes,
that in mind and collab with each other. So first for the
okay.
motion, I would like someone from for the motion to take up the mic and speak. So who is going first?
Where you go first? I'm audible.
Kaushik, your voice is too low. Uh,
Okay, okay. Hello,
Now
it's
it's
fine
clear.
now. Okay,
Uh,
okay.
Now it's clear.
So, hello everyone, hello gentlemen. I'm Kaushik Lakhani, and today I'll be speaking on for the motion on the topic is technology making people smarter or dumber? So, on my opinion, I would say that yes, technology is making people smarter. And why is it so? Because people get resources, people get various exposure to various things. The things which might be uh, hard to find or are hard to search are now easily available. You can search using the hashtags or you can just Google it up. And yes, some may say that tech is making people lazy or dumb or reliable, but it's someone's personal way of using it. How someone uses it and how smartly he uses it is the main thing. Like if someone uses it for every frequent question or he is stuck at, then he is a dumb and he's making it dumb. But if someone uses it his own presence of mind and he uses it very well for the to increase his skills and his problem solving ability. Tech will always be making people smarter. It is also making people complicated things less complexity. Like uh, you can search hard concepts on YouTube and learn them very easily. Things get easy when you search it on and learn. And it is also that you can say time flexible, and whenever you can just it's not that you have to depend on someone's time. It's just your space and it's your priority. Whenever you want, you can. Someone can proceed next.
Now, someone from against the motion would be following up.
Good evening, each and every member present here. Here is myself, Kshitij Ranjan. Today, I'm going to give my some points on each and technology making people smarter or dumb. And I'm in this topic, I'm against the motion. And according to me, nowadays, technology are making people dumb. Because if you take some examples, in the past, currently my friend taken example of the ebook, but and the resources that we are getting today. But some years ago, we were not getting ebook. We were used to go library, find the book, and same. Whenever we are going to the new city, then we were finding a hotel instead of searching in our it on OYO. But nowadays, with the help of mobile phone, we are doing in a second, and that's making us too much lazy. And we all are knowing that if we are not doing the physical activity, then we are calling lots of disease. We are inviting to come and affect our life. And if we also take the example of the social media and from public social games, just like from online game like PUBG and Free Fire, these are nowadays destroying the life of the student and making them dumb. That's decreasing their IQ level. If you will comparison between the student in now era and in previous era, then they had more knowledge than us. Whatever we are learning today, we only due to this technology we are hampering us and hampering our future also. Therefore, my conclusion is that technology is making dumb instead of making smarter. Everything having a boom and curse, but in technology, a curse having priorities than the boom. That was my point, and thank you.
Now, another two participants would be giving the final conclusion. So I would request the for the motion to speak now.
Hi everyone, I'm myself Piyush Prakash. I'm from CAC first year. Today we are talking about how technology making us dumb or smarter? I'm speaking perfect. I think technology making us smart. The point, I don't know what's your name. Sorry, I forgot. Santosh Rai, Pritish Bhaiya. Pritish Bhaiya mentioned that it makes us lazy. But I think if you are lazy, it will make you lazier. If you are productive, it will make you more productive, right? Like a lazy person will always find a way to like how I can do everything in a like split of my hand. Like, you know. But you can see productive person also, like there are podcasts, there are music, so like people jog, run, everything like gym and all. So technology is used everywhere, and I think we can single-handedly win this argument by saying like our whole career is maintained on online study, like YouTube, pre-code camp, and everything. If it is not for like internet, like most of the people can't learn to code or something like. Yeah, this is true. And technology, like googling stuff, is like it is like we don't have to remember everything, and I don't think that's make us dumb. Like in my opinion, if you have to remember something, I think that's not a correct way to study, or like why I have to remember the history of India when I can just click on Google and find it all. Like it's like and about the book, yeah, libraries and stuff, yeah, but there are so many people who can afford like books, like buying books. So ebook is great for them, and like because of ebooks we can everybody has a book in their hand and their tablet, on their PC, on their mobile phones. so we can get knowledge from them. So yeah, that was my point.
I
So,
would like to
uh,
add just a
so
bit, one more
just a
point.
minute. Uh, Now someone from against the motion will
But
speak. You were
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
would be
The
not given the
motion
second
is
opportunity to speak. Now someone from against the motion.
Yeah, guys, this is Pranjal. I'm saying against the motion. So, as you said, that there are many means by using tabs and mobile phones, you can get easy access to other books like ebooks. Now, suppose there is someone who has no access, means they cannot afford the smartphones and tabs. What about those? Then only the main source of knowledge could be library. And there are many places where they offer you a free membership for library where you can go and read. So also there is chances that if you are sitting for prolonged time in mobile phone and reading, it may harm your eyes, and harming your eyes, and there are many other disadvantages too. It could cause addictions. For example, in India, there are many children, according to survey, it has been seen that most of the teenagers, even at the age of 10 or 12, when it is their growth stage, and they should be means they should be devoted to book or attached to book instead of attaching to book. Although it's okay, you can access books through mobile phones, but are you actually accessing using mobile phones for accessing books? There are many apps like floating apps. On one side you could use floating PDF for reading, and on the other side in the background there is game running. So actually this is the productive way, means your technology is making smart people smart. And another point I would like to raise that in early times technology was not there, but work was going on or not. People were more connected to teachers, but now there are only online. Through online, what the teachers would expect their students from offline mode, or you could say when there were no technology, face to face interaction, which would make student confident to raise their questions, and clarity in the sense teacher could understand the psychology of children, that whether he is understanding or not by seeing his faces. But in online mode, they will say yes, yes, we understanding, and teacher will say we understand, but as a result only the student knows whether he's understanding or not. So in this way technology I don't think is helping to become smarter. That's it. Thank you.
So it was a nice round of debate from both the teams. So now we have another two participants, Sukriti and just a minute, see the name. Another two participant, Sukriti and P. Viswanathan Patra. Are you both present here?
Yes, present.
Sukriti, are you there? Sukriti, am I audible to you?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, I got disconnected.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. So, Sukriti, let me announce the topic first. Pros and cons of cashless economy. Am I clear?
Yes,
Uh, uh, Vishwanath, am I clear?
Yes, you are clear.
So, Sukriti would be speaking for the motion and you would be speaking against the motion. So, I would be giving you 3 minutes to think about the topic and come back. So, this will be a one-on-one round.
and
for
since
the
they
motion
are
as in
like yes, Sukriti.
Yeah, Sukriti, you know.
saying for the motion means I'll be saying that cashless economy is good for us.
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
against the motion means the person will be speaking about the cons of cashless economy.
So until they
Uh,
are deciding, I would like to thank the first round of participants who participated, and like they really gave their best and amazing on mic. So congratulations. You all were very precise and crisp on the points. And thank you for joining. Now we are having another round of debate. So now, if you are comfortable, you can turn on your videos, and if you are not, then you can turn it off. And we'll announce the winner in the end of the session. Till then, you listen to the next round of debate. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry, Zareen, to interrupt. Okay, before we move on to the next participants, let me just clear the what were the weak points of both the teams, like for and against. I'd like to the participants. Can you please turn on your camera or the mic so that I can recognize who were the people who were speaking back then? Okay, hi. Okay, so both of you spoke very well, but if considering the fact that Kaushik, you were slightly off bit in your introduction part, you have to cover that up and you have to stick to the points that the theme is based on. And talking about Kshitij, you were speaking to the point. You were very good. Your choices of words were very good, but work on a little bit of pronunciation. Rest, you were perfect. And coming to Piyush and Daredevil P007, I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
Pranjal sir.
Yeah,
Pranjal
Pranjal.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So both of you were giving points accurately, but make sure that you were presenting your summary out there. So summary or conclusion. So that must be very short and crisp and to the point. You were
Yes.
your stuff was kind of like little bit lengthy, and the length of introduction and length of conclusion can't be same, or conclusion can't be over time that over time the stuff of what we are speaking on the introduction part. So kindly make that thing a little crisp and short and conclusive, so that uh, the moderator can easily find out what were the points that were covered up in the introduction and what were your counter points. So make that crisp and short. Rest, both the teams, you spoke very well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your suggestion. In future, we'll try to improve our this quality.
Yeah, sure, Kshitij.
So let us wait for a few minutes before we start with Sukriti and Vishwanath. So Sukriti and Vishwanath, are you ready with your part?
Yes, ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So let us start with Sukriti. Sukriti would be speaking for the motion. So Sukriti, please start with your part.
Okay. A very good evening to one and all present here. I am Sukriti Verma from second year CSE branch. So first of all, I would like to elaborate more on the topic, which is cashless economy. By cashless economy, we mean making transactions and payments through UPI mode, credit card or debit card, or any way which does not require exchange of cash, the notes. There are many benefits of making transactions so, one of which is less fraud because of the forged currency. We have heard many cases about fake notes, fake coins, and there have been many cases that in the huge transactions we have seen that most of the notes are forged. This can be widely avoided. Plus, all the transactions will be made online, so we will have So we'll have a maintained record. The transparent system, the system will be completely transparent, and so we can avoid making some black money exchange or any kind of bribe can be avoided. The list can continue to many other points like the system, if the system is being moved uh, to online method, there will be less need of printing. The economy will save, the government will save a lot by not printing more and more notes. If we all remember the case after demonetization, when new notes were printed, it was taking time for us because the notes were taking time to be printed, and our economy was widely disturbed because uh, government had to start from the scratch. New notes were being made, which involved
I think Sukriti is facing some network
I
issue as
think
he, he might have been disconnected. So let us wait for a couple of minutes. Sukriti, I think you have been disconnected. Yeah, you may continue with your points.
yeah. So sorry for the inconvenience. So I was continuing that the more advantages are that payment is made in no time. Many times when we are making a payment in cash, we have the problems sort of we do not have the exact change, and sometimes we have to pay a little more than we what we require to pay. These kind of inconveniences can be avoided. Plus, the international payment will be again very easy because you can just by few clicks you can send money to people anywhere in the world. That's it from me. That's are all the points I would like to present. Thank you.
So I would now like Vishwanath to speak against the motion.
So, hello everyone. Let me confirm if I am audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
So, hello, I am P. Vishwanath Patra, a student of CSE first year. So, today I would be speaking against the motion about a cashless economy or cashless transaction. So, first of all, Sukriti has told all of you about the cashless economy where all of the transactions are made online or are paperless. So she said various points about this paperless economy being uh, being like corruption free and easy international transactions and all, but these do not outweigh the security risks that they provide to their users. For example, recently there have been many data breaches regarding crypto exchanges where people's money have been directly removed or all the bits that represented their monies were turned to zero. And with that, their data have been leaked, not just leaked, their transaction have been removed. Everybody thinks, or the general domain or general public will think that the cashless transaction would be corruption free, it would help the economy, it would reduce the usage of paper. But if you think about it, we are using paper, cutting trees, and impacting the environment in a bad way for printing the cash. But when you realize all of the cashless transaction require a centralized or decentralized server to run 24/7. And what does that use? Energy. And how does we get that energy? Coal. Currently most of the servers or most of the world uses electricity from coal or natural gas or petroleum, etc., which are non-renewable. And thus a cashless method also impacts the environment in a bad way. There are also, like, as I mentioned about the security risk, uh, the hello As my opponent mentioned about demonetization and the exchange of currency from one paper to another, it failed because we were unable to print money. That was not the case. We failed because demonetization was the right medicine, but it was given at the wrong time. Same as cashless economy. It is the right medicine, but it isn't the right time. We haven't yet completely changed from a entirely cashed economy to a cashless economy, and that itself is a major pitfall. Because if we want complete cashless transaction, we want transparency. We cannot have paper transactions on the side, and we cannot completely change to a cashless transaction because people have trust issues with the government. Currently there are many terms that I don't quite know of, but banks and countries have their control over your money. They can change the value of that money however they want, but it requires time. But with a cashless transaction, banks and countries can directly uh, contribute their losses onto you with something called negative interest rates, which you can look it up. So in total, I would just like to say that cashless transaction seems good, seems best even, but for applying it, it is it is the worst. Thank you.
So, so now, as both of you are having one-to-one face off, so we would be now having a rebuttal round between both of you, where you will be giving the conclusion part of the debate. So, Sukriti, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So you may start now.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank my worthy opponent for their speech. It was very enlightening. So, as my worthy opponent various time mentioned that we cannot completely shift towards the cashless economy. So, I hope that they are open for a partial one, for partially moving and training people to open up to the cashless economy. Second of all, I can understand your point of view that energy is required for running the servers. So I would like to inform you that there are various alternatives for generating energy other than coal, other than fossil fuels, which are being used widely, not only in India but throughout the world. And yes, they are under progress, but still we have ample amount of potential energy sources, so we do not have to worry about that. Because uh, if we look at in a broader perspective, there is comparatively very less energy required in money transaction servers to run than we are using in day to day life. So it's not a very big point to burn our to boil our blood on. Secondly, I can understand that security is a risk, but but cyber crime is something which every government is taking very seriously. And I would not like to comment anything about the crypto, because crypto is not very much legalized in most of the countries. So crypto is still under progress. So crypto is not a very safe way of making transactions yet. Yes, it is under progress, but we can also understand that uh, we should understand that for the things which are already in use, like I mentioned, the UPI credit cards and the debit cards, for those it is a very good opportunity for all of us to use. Because yes, risk will be there, but the cybersecurity is always there. Most of the cases, money is 100% refunded, and there has been awareness programs on how what is the correct method of using online payment, and frauds can be done in cash, in the transactions which involve cash as well. As I mentioned, that money laundering happens, then then uh, uh, then fraud due to forged notes happen. So many cases are there which involves payment through the cash methods also. So we cannot say that uh, there is security risk in only online payment modes. Plus, I understand that there are many other point of views of how will everyone adjust to it. So if we do not start anything, we will never adjust to anything. Like for a very small example, most of us, all of us are in college right now, but we had to move from school to college, and life is very different from school to college. If we never started college, we would never understand that We would never adjust to college life. So my point is that yes, it will take time, but if we do not, as my worthy opponent said, that if we do not, we can maybe partially shift. So if we do not even partially shift, we will never understand the main importance of cashless economy. Thank you so much.
So now, Vishwanath, you may proceed with your rebuttal part.
Okay, so as we heard, Sukruti did mention some, like some good points that we cannot completely transfer to a completely cashless system. We may partially do it, and as I mentioned, being partially doing cashless transaction in itself declines many of its, betterments or pros. As I mentioned, it would not like allow complete transparency. And talking about how, as you said, cryptocurrency is not legalized in many countries yet. But let me remind you that cryptocurrency is the most robust cashless solution, and still it isn't legal in most of the countries yet. That is the problem. Like, we cannot entirely depend on a cashless transaction system, and if we are even partially depending upon it, as we are doing right now, some people use cashless transactions, some people don't. There are still many issues due to people not being aware of the entire scenario, and teaching all the nation or all the people about that even is a harder topic to debate upon. And like various point, the one about energy, you told that uh, very far less energy is used or renewable energy is used, you told. But if you check on the internet right now, if anyone would search that how much energy is used for cryptocurrency mining or cashless transaction servers, and which kind of energy is used, there's a chart that specifically says that coal and non-renewable energy is the most used one. Also, like, as I said, there are various security risks. There are security risks in uh, cashless sorry cash transactions, like paper transactions also. But that does not mean that cashless is better. So that was my rebuttal. Thank you.
So it was a very nice face off between both of you. So before going to the results, so now we would be having a mock debate between two of our most experienced debaters, Raghu and Ashish. So the topic for them is, should government control the internet? Um, Ashish would be speaking for the motion and Raghu would be speaking against the motion. Are both of you ready?
Yeah. Okay. Certainly, we are not the most experienced. We are even
Again,
learning stuff. So, yeah, Zareen, you were speaking something. Okay.
Yeah, very.
I mean,
Uh, I
I
think Zareen is
need
having some network
to
issue.
turn
Zareen,
on your
the
video.
voice, your voice is lagging.
Can you hear me? Hello, now am I audible?
Now it's clear.
So I was saying that please, Raghu and Ashish, please try to turn on your video so that we can learn from the non-verbal communication and everything, expressions and all from you. All the participants and all the spectators over here can learn from your skills that you apply in debating sessions. So please, you guys turn on your video and then speak.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Certainly, thanks, Zareen and Dave, for the introduction. But we are not the most experienced one, though. Uh, yes, we are also learning from you also. So, yes. So, hi, I'm Ashish Dash from CSIT third year. I'll be speaking on the topic: should government have the control over the internet? And I'll be speaking for the motion. Well, certainly, if we talk about how this thing works, uh, we should give the control of the internet to the government itself, because there is a lot of toxic culture spread across the any country, any democratic country, or any monarch situation. And certainly uh, uh, there are many communities, and many communities can hamper the the subsequent balance and subsequent discipline of any country. So the very first point can be uh, not letting people spread toxicity amongst each other. And there should be certain surveillance and uh, certain balance between everything. So first, second, and the most important thing is the security purpose, because as we all know about how many countries have their various kind of properties to be managed alongside the country. And uh, people must be judged itself that how and what how they can be uh, uh, how they can damage the country itself, and how they can be a danger to a country, so to any country. So this can be a major concern. And certainly uh, the government should not hide any information, and you know making everything everything in a curriculum in a proper way can make everybody feel safe, and uh, may prevent many uh, bad activities or bad things happening. For yeah, Rahul, we have Rahul. So, and certainly alongside that, we can this could help a government for from many stuffs, like the thefts of things. And um, yeah, majorly the security purpose is the main thing. I'm really sorry because I'm out of points right now, because so this was, yeah, over to Raghu.
Hello everyone, is my audio audible?
Yeah, Raghu, yeah.
Perfectly audible.
Yeah,
Perfectly audible.
Yeah, we have
thank
the
you.
coordinator of yeah, one of the participants. Yeah. Do we have Rahul
Thank
here?
you.
I just
Yes, bro.
heard.
Yes,
Yeah. So
I'm there. I'm there.
yeah, we have the most experienced MUN here. So yeah, okay.
So,
Over to Raghu.
So, hello everyone. So today we have great many of people who are presenting their points or their views on the internet, and we are getting inspiration from them. We are getting lots of accolade from them, what they are doing. What is this? This is the free world where everybody presents what they are aspiring to be, what they want to be. But for a sense, think what happens when an entity starts to control what the thought process should be, what should be spoken and what should not be spoken. What is right is being decided by an entity. Even if it's government, it's not correct for them to control every part of a general masses. If you see, for the case example, let me present you the scenario of China example. Every information is dissected by the government and is decided which is correct, which is not, which should be propagated, which should not be propagated, which should be taken down, and which should be promoted. Now, what happens is that it's a environment where virtually everybody is perfectly fine. Everybody agrees with a certain aspect of the government, but internally nobody is satisfied with it. We see a lot of disinformation is even being spread by the government itself. Now we can see there are many speculations about the correct numbers of COVID deaths in China. Or, for example, let's take the Russian example, where the state is sponsoring all the information. When it's controlling the information sphere, is being controlled by the Russian government. There's a huge propaganda. Actual correct information is not being spread. For example, there is a famous case where a Russian submarine was sunk in the sea, and it took nearly 3 days for them to identify the location. But this information was not given to the appropriate people at appropriate time, for which it led to the death of every person inside that submarine. It was around 100 people. That was 100 lives. Now, if you take the same scenario, could it have happened in America or anywhere else? Because everybody would have been going warmongering on the internet and Twitter space, where everybody would be battling about getting information about it. So when there's a closed system of governance on internet, the information itself doesn't comes out of the sphere. And if information doesn't comes out of the sphere, there's no need for it, right? Is an information relevant if it's not spread across, when there is a relevance of it? But if it's controlled by a government entity, it ultimately makes it a point where government uses it for its own benefit. Political ideology also plays a very important role in how the information is used. And in a world where information is everything, where it is more dangerous than nuclear bombs that we know as the most powerful weapons in the world, there is no need for it to be in the hands of single entity or a single form of governance. I think it should be free so that every person could have a voice other than the government, where they could express their views, where they are known to be heard, where they know that their voice matters, and everything that they get information from the internet could be judged on their own perspective, not on the perspective decided by another entity. So think that my worthy opponent Ashish mentioned a very great number of points, but I would disagree. And I think that the ideologies that I presented very well be a way for him to think, change his perspective. And I come to the conclusion that internet should be free. Thank you.
Now let's move to the rebuttal round. So now I would like Ashish to speak.
Yeah, certainly. My respected opponent, as he mentioned about how a government can be manipulative and how a government can be one-sided and make things worse. So, you know, government should cover up all the internet stuffs with some space. Yeah.
Mamma anche asle.
Rahul, your mic is on. So, yeah. So, certainly, the government should establish certain stuffs, certain criterias, so as to manage these stuffs, and no individual group or parties who come to the government or who comes to power can manipulate these stuffs. So certainly, there must be various criterias, various speculations, but considering the fact that any humans uh, right to violate any stuffs with any country with respect to any country and violating that country's policies and making that uh, complete entire stuff to danger can't be risked with the fact that every individual should be given their right to speak or do whatever they want. There must be various restrictions, there must be various criterias, so as the government should not be manipulative enough. And if people think that any government who comes to power can be manipulative through to this specific tasks they are performing, uh, there must be certain criterias, as I mentioned, and followed by uh, people should not be given uh, the complete authority so as to they can endanger anybody's else life or a whole country's uh, work of process. So that's it. There must be various criteria as the conclusion. So, thank you.
I would ask Raghu to step in with his part.
My worthy opponent presented a lot of points, which I certainly think that matter. But I think that the ways of the points that I'm going to mention are on the heavier side. For example, let's take where there's a lot of internet freedom, like Europe, where internet is very free. Everybody could present a voice. Everybody could present their own opinions on particular matters. See, there is a way for a single citizen to express or a grief or a complaint or any form of you know subject that he wants to be heard. The general process of government isn't working for them. For example, we have heard even in India that a lot of people who are stuck at situations which are where they are not able to intimate to the government, they go through free internet. If internet itself is controlled, then even other form of government could also control it. For example, let's take Myanmar, where there were two forms of government. One, there was right now there is a coup going on, so a military government has the power, but there was also a democratically elected government. Now, who would have the power? So this kind of political situations give in to a very dangerous scenarios. For example, in Myanmar right now, there is no free internet. Government controls everything. They spy on each and every part and nook of a person's life. This provides the worst devil scenario for any citizen in that country, and nobody is comfortable with it. No person would be comfortable living in Myanmar right now. It's not a personal opinion, but facts proves that. Right now, if you take Europe, it's a world where everybody voice out their opinions. We see there is a lot of freedom in this peak. For example, in Norway, there was a recent poll that when a democratically elected representative of a small constitution made a grievous error and no form of any litigation or any complaint was filed through government process, there was a riot and warmongering in Twitter, which led for the government to take action. So this leads show that when there is a huge amount of public pressure that could only be seen from internet, there's no other way. So I think that the valid point of saying that government should have proper control, if it controls itself, it's manipulative, right? And second thing, toxic, when we think about the toxic culture, it certainly stimulates from the thinking that the government should correctly articulate in which a person should live. If that is being decided by the government, then what is there for us to decide? Even if if our own life is to be decided from the other person, and it's not like we don't have any bias towards a particular topic. If you think that this particular topic isn't good for you, you can always change. That is the freedom that internet offers to you, right? Ultimately, coming on to the weights that internet freedom has, there are certainly a lot of numbers which I can't give at certain moment of time because of the time stipulations. But the points that I mentioned, I think that they weigh more on the greater side of the freedom. So I think that justifies my stance on the topic.
So it was a great round of face-off from both of our participants, Raghu and Ashish. And so it's time to let us announce the winners of the main event. So
Okay, Dave, I'm really sorry to interrupt. Can I
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah,
something?
yeah,
Yeah.
you may.
So, yeah, as we have people from Hack Codex here, so I would like to ask Kejriwal and Rahul as they're here. So, can you both please come up and let's have something, as we all are, very familiar with the with all those uh, software and interrupt all those stuffs. So can we have a nice round of session between both of you, Rahul and Kejriwal, between uh, competitive programming and development fields? So can you both please come up and say something about that, and can we have a little bit round, because that is the most important factor we have right now, because you know after all we all have to indulge in those fields. So Kejriwal and Rahul, are you up here? If you are there.
Yes, Ashish, I'm there.
Yeah,
Is Ayush there present?
yeah, Ayush.
Okay, so
So
we
okay,
have
okay.
thought of, yeah.
I'd like to ask Dave to introduce both of them, and the topic is competitive programming versus and is competitive programming better than development? Okay, so Dave,
So
yeah.
so Ayush and Rahul. Um, so the topic is competitive programming versus development. So I would ask Rahul to speak about development, and Ayush to speak about competitive programming.
All right. Thanks, Dev. So
Uh,
let us start. I would like to
no,
ask
no,
first of
you may
all,
you may
Ayush,
take
if you
two
would
to
like to
three
start.
minutes. You may take two to
Okay,
3 minutes to decide.
okay. All right. So passing up the time to Ayush, or should I start with that?
Uh, if you're ready, you may.
Okay. So let's take 1 minute deciding of 1 minute, and then we'll start. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So it will
completely
be
fine
fair.
with it. Completely fine.
Okay.
and it will be more interactive if you guys like turn on your videos and then speak.
All right. We will be turning up within few seconds. Okay, so with prior permission, so I would like to start first of all. Will be following after me. I will be following. So that should be fair and fine. So
Yeah, Rahul, you may
should
start
we
the.
start?
Yeah, Rahul, you may start with the proceedings.
Okay. Okay. The first of all, let me know like if my voice is clear and audible.
Yeah, it's clear. Perfect.
Okay, okay, all right. So let us see. So the first thing is let's decide about how does the software development goes, right? So before entering into CP versus dev, it's always a hot topic in the market, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's WhatsApp, or whether it's in the college or inter college, even in IITs or even tier two, tier three colleges. So since I will be speaking for development, so let me start off by saying like see whenever you are entering into a software development idea or propaganda, then the thing is you have to make some softwares. So in order to make a software, then you must be having some kind of idea of how to build using the tools, right? So now in the current situation, we have seen that like students are more preferring to go for some kind of CP stuffs, and they are not going for the development stuff. And completely I completely agree, because in today's scenario, the situation is something like people are striving for all kinds of jobs, and people has one kind of mindset that there is only SD positions and SD roles in over the market. So what they do is they go for the LinkedIns and they search for some of the common YouTubers and common CP guys, and they go for solving that 450 to 180 SD seats. So basically that's not fair, and I would like to suggest the first thing is, if you want to go for some kind of proper development, okay, so the thing is to improve your software development idea, then you must go for development first, because the minimum thing that you should know is how does a tool work. Without that you can go for a bigger software development idea. And even if you are going for some kind of CP stuff, then you should have in mind that the CP is just for building your logic and the algorithms behind it, okay. So that can make you a perfect logic builder, but you can't be a perfect developer. In order to be a perfect developer, you should be very good at development. And what development means is the idea of designing a system, improving the system, and also upscaling the system. So that is the first thing that I would like to expose about why I would like to prefer development over CP. Heading over to Ayush.
Yeah, you are perfectly audible.
only development can't do that, because there would be, if a normal developer would make that, there will be some time taken to call the server and all kind of stuff behind the scenes. But what competitive programmers do is they introduce the critical think process of development, like introduce them, and lower the time of like uh, evaluation, let's say. So as soon as we say Google Assistant, it like, hey Google, it will just open up the manager. So it just open up my, never mind. So yeah, that is the case with competitive. Both are important in their own way. For like, if you want to go in like, if you are purely going in competitive space, then do it like efficiently, otherwise there is no use. In future you have to learn development, but competitive would make your development process easier. So that was the point. And for like getting into fang or now man companies, it is necessary because they already have the product. Now they need you to optimize it. So that's why they focus on competitive more rather than development part. So yeah, that was the case. I would like to end up here.
It was a very good face off between Ayush and Rahul. So now, putting to the end of the session, let us announce the winners. So the first position goes to Sukriti Verma, second position goes to Viswanath, and the third position goes to Pranjal. Am I clear?
Yes.
You can just repeat it once.
So the first position goes to Sukriti Verma, second position goes to P. Vishwanath, third position goes to Pranjal. Um, so three of you, I would be sharing a link at the general chat section. Please give the details so that you would
Also,
be
like,
getting
I would, okay, sorry, continue.
the certificates. So please, I would be sharing a short form. Just a minute.
Yeah, till he
Just glad.
does that.
Let me add something.
Yeah, go ahead, Raghu.
I please continue.
Go ahead, Raghu. I will like end up the session, so you can go
Uh,
ahead.
I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I was just saying that giving certificates and first prize, second prize in this position, it was everything meant for as a competition. There was never, whatever the points that you gave, they were very much competitive enough for everybody. It was hard for us to choose which one should be given where a correct margin, because we ourselves are students over here. So whatever we gave you the points where we thought should you guys worked on, Tashish already gave you a brief of what you guys should improve. And adding on to the things that I would say, you could watch videos of Ben Shapiro or Oxford University debates. See, debating itself isn't about arguing points. It's about coming up to a critical thinking, coming up to a point, analyzing an idea, and claiming what is correct and what is wrong. And I think that it plays a vital role. Being a software engineers, we have to take various decisions in our life. And having a critical thinking aspect of debating is very important in our day-to-day life. So I think you guys would improve in this and would also enjoy it. And I really thank Codex and English Cafe for organizing the event. Thank you.
So, guys, this is the end of this session, I guess. I would
Yeah.
like you all to just go and explore the FODEX website and go and search if any of your interest matches with any project. Then I would like you to invite and contribute to that project. It's
So
like, it will be fun and you will learn. Yeah, they anything. Yeah.
before ending the session, I would ask Sukriti, Vishwanath, and Pranjal to please go through the chat section and uh, give your details there. I have uploaded a form link, so you may give your details before
Also,
leaving the
that
meeting.
will be like physical certificate, which you will be getting once our college reopens. Now we don't have any date for that, third years. So
just keep waiting. Like you will get it once we are in the college. Like go and explore Hackodex. Like it's a fun event. It will continue. Like tomorrow, it's the end of mentor registration. If you would like to add some projects you have in your mind or kind of thing, you can just go and fill up the form. We have it in the site in our site live. So yeah, you can just contribute and chill here. We will have more fun events lined up like this. Anything else anyone want to? Yeah, go ahead, Siri. Your voice
Yes,
is
Yes.
Pranjal
I
and
was
Vishwanath,
like this.
please fill up the form fast.
So don't worry if you could. Sorry, Dev,
Yeah.
to interrupt you, but I was saying that there will be more sessions like these, and if you want to like get a certificate or get some accolades for maybe future purpose like interviews and CVs purpose, so you can join those sessions as well, and surely we will be seeing some way to give you recognitions and encourage you to participate even more. So I would ask you guys to even participate in the other sessions as well, and we will see you in other sessions.
so great session, guys. Thanks English Cafe for taking this session. And
Vishwanath, if you are present here, please give your details in the link.
also don't just go and spam the link, bro, guys.